Hey guys, welcome to Navratri 2019 at our home. This Navratri is a special one for us, and I'm sure this Navratri is equally special for many other households in Tamil Nadu, for this is the year of Sri Athivaradhar Vaibhavam. Now, I'm sure most of us would have purchased a statue of Athivaradhar to adorn one of the many steps of your Navratri Golu. But I wanted to go a step ahead, right? Now, when we went to Athivardar Darshan, our sole objective was to have a darshan of the Lord and return back home safely, because that was understandable, because the Vaibhavam was happening after 40 years, and during the course of 48 days, about 1.5 crore people visited this temple, the temple town of Kanchipuram, to have a darshan of the Lord. So the crowd was huge, right? So you're talking about 2 to 3 lakh people in a day. And for better crowd management, the authorities decided to restrict access to the other parts of the temple, barring the Vasantha Mandapam, where Athivardar was kept for darshan. So this is not the right place where he should be. So I'm going to take Athivardar from here, and I'm going to take it with me, and I'm going to put him where he belongs. All right, so this is the Vasantha Mandapam. I'm sure many of you should be able to recognize. So I'm going to take this roof off the Athivardar Vasantha Mandapam, and then I'm going to place Lord Athivardar into the Vasantha Mandapam where he was available for darshan during those 48 days of Utsav that happened in July and August of this year. So I'm going to show you the Vasantha Mandapam itself. So here you can see the VIP entrance, or exit I should say, the policemen and a VIP visiting Lord Athivardar. You can see Lord Athivardar inside Vasantha Mandapam. You can see those beautiful mirrors. People are waiting in the line to have a darshan of Athivardar. Now, alright, so Athivardar stays in this Vasantha Mandapam for those 48 days to give darshan, to shower his benevolence to all his devotees. But where he truly resides is the Anantharas Tank, right? Now, when we went for the Athivaradhar Vaibhavam, because the access was restricted to the other parts of the temple, we never really had a chance to look at the temple, the hugeness of this temple, and appreciate her beauty. Right? Now this temple itself is a huge temple, sits on a 24-acre plot, and the 24 number is very significant for this temple. There are 24 letters in Gayatri Mantram and 24 Upadeshas. So 24 foot high wall in this temple, and 24 steps that leads to the Sanctum Sanctorum where Varadaraja Perumal resides, and then 24 steps leading into the base of the Anantharas Tank, and then Athivaradhar resides in an underground cellar inside the Anantharas Tank, right? And there are about 32 shrines in this temple, 19 vimanas, and about 389 pillared halls. So this is a huge temple. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest temple in Vishnu Kanchi, right? And Sri Varadaraja Perumal Temple is one of the 108 Divya Deshams for Lord Vishnu. And in Divya Desham terms, this temple is just known as the Perumal Kovil, right? Just like the Tirupati is known as Malai and Srirangam referred to as Koil. This Varadaraja Perumal Temple in Kanchipuram is called as the Perumal Koil. Alright, so I talked about Anantharas. So let's have a look at the Anantharas tank. Alright, so I'm gonna take you to Anantharas tank, and this is the Anantharas tank. And here we go. Look at the beauty of this temple, of this model, I should say. Alright, so this is where the underground cellar is, and Lord Athivardar resides here before being brought out during the Athivaradhar Vaibhavam that happens once in 40 years. Now, I do not want to stop here, right? Just the Anantharas tank and the Vasantha Mandapam is not good enough. So I decided to do something big, right? So just before I show that to you, I'm going to talk a few words about the temple itself. Now, this temple was originally built in the 11th century, right, by Krishnadevarayar, I should say. And then the Chola kings, their successors, built this temple over a period of time, right? And it has the Vijayanagara architecture. Alright, so are you ready, guys? So here it is. Here's what I have made. I have made this with the absolute blessings of Lord Athivaradhar himself. I have worked on this project for the last 50 days or so, hundreds of hours of effort. Obviously, I have to work during the weekends and after work. And this is it. So this is what I made. A complete model of Sri Varadaraja Perumal Temple. And I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I made. Alright, so this is the west tower of Sri Varadaraja Perumal Temple. Right, so this is about 9 to 6 feet tall, and then the one that you see on the far corner is the East Gopuram, which is actually 126 feet tall. Now, the West Gopuram is the Raja Gopuram in this temple. Ironically, this is the shortest of those two towers. Typically you find the Raja Gopuram to be the tallest, but here is an exception. So you have the West Tower, which is shorter than the East Tower, which is on the far corner. I'm going to zoom a little bit. Alright, so as soon as we enter the west, there you have two beautiful looking 4-pillared mandapams, and then you have an architectural beauty in the 100-pillared hall. Right, the 100-pillared hall, this specific model actually has 100 pillars, I should say. So there is a mandapam. I wish there is more lighting here, but nevertheless there are 100 pillars, and there is a small mandapam right in the middle of the 100-pillared hall. Now there is an architectural beauty which you are looking at. There is a chain that is carved out of a single stone adorning the four corners of this beautiful looking 100-pillared hall. So this is right to the left when you enter through the Raja Gopuram, right? So you have Vasantha Mandapam, which is on the southwest corner, and you have Anantharas Tank right here. So I'm gonna walk you through the Anantharas. Now, Anantharas Tank is significant. This is called the Shesha Tirtham. The name of the Tirtham in this temple is Shesha Tirtham, and it is believed that Adi Sheshan did tapas on the banks of this beautiful looking Anantharas Tank. Now for brevity, I have not shown 24 steps, but there are actually 24 steps on this Anantharas Tank, leading you to the base of the tank, and then inside the cellar is where Perumal permanently resides. Alright, now going further east, you have Chakratarvar Sannidhi, right? And this is a beautiful. Now you can actually Google and you can compare the real one versus the model, and I'll be surprised if you tell me if there are any differences. So I have matched the original one as far as I could, but then since I was working with styrofoams, it's very difficult to carve them, right? You really have to have very good fingers, a lot of patience, perseverance to carve this out. I wouldn't have done this without the blessings of Lord Athivardar himself. I should say I was literally possessed by him over the past 50 days or so. All right. So this is the Chakratarvar Sannidhi. I wish I could take you inside the Sannidhi, but this is kind of difficult. Okay, I hope you can see the Sannidhi inside the Chakratarvar Sannidhi. Alright, so there is a small garden, and then there are further gardens. Now one can understand, right? It's a 24-acre area where this temple is situated. So there are a lot of gardens, and then further to the east, northeast corner, you have Putramarai Kulam, right? All right, so, and then there are further a lot of garden, and there you have the east tower, right? And then I'm going to show you the temple itself. Here is a mandapam to the north of the 100-pillared hall, I should say. And then there you see the Bali Mandapam, Jodashkambam, those things. And then you have the main entrance to the second prakaram. So this temple has three presents, right? The first present is where the Sanctum Sanctorum is located. And again, the history is that the first Sannidhi to come up in this temple is the Narasimha Perumal Sannidhi, which is just under the Sannidhi where the main deity Devaraja Perumal resides, right? So you actually have to take the steps which is behind the Sanctum Sanctorum, right, or the inner presence. So you basically come through this and come all the way there and take the steps, and then you have further 24 steps which takes you to Varadaraja Perumal Sannidhi. Right now this Vimanam that you are seeing is called the Punya Koti Vimanam, and this is a huge structure, right? Alright, then you also have many other Sannidhis, many other shrines inside the inner present or the first present. You have Sannidhis for Aragiya Singer, you have Sannidhi for Dhanvantri, you have Sannidhi for Malayala Nachiyar, which is to the left, and to the right you have Andal Sannidhi. Unfortunately, I couldn't stretch that far to show Malayala Nachiyar Sannidhi, but that's okay, I suppose. Alright, so you can see all the beautiful looking pillared halls. You can see people resting there. There is a lady who is resting there. Alright. Okay, so the next present is called the Madapalli present. You can see a well there, and you can see all these pillars neatly situated in a line. And then when you go further, you have again many pillared halls. I'm gonna go to the other side, that is to the south of the temple. Alright, so here you have Perandevi Thayar Sannidhi. This is called Kalyana Koti Vimanam. Now there is actually a present which you can clearly see. Now the last time I visited this temple was during Athivaradhar Vaibhavam, and as I was mentioning earlier, access was restricted, which means I never had an opportunity to see all of these. So how did I make this model then? So I was browsing through hundreds, if not thousands of pictures, and I was watching videos as well, and I was able to do this model. Now this is called Madapalli. This is called the Madapalli present, right? And then you have Durai Thotam or Durai garden. So beautiful looking garden that adjoins the outer present. The outer present is Alvar present. There are many Alvar shrines situated in the third present, right? So that one is the first one, second, and then there is a third one. Now for brevity, I have not shown the rest of the Sannidhis. So you can imagine, right, there are 19 shrines, 32 Vimanams, or 32 shrines and 19 Vimanams, I should say. So for brevity, I have not shown the rest of the shrines. Alright, I'm going to take you to the south of the temple. We are again going to have a look at Vasantha Mandapam, and then Lord Athivardar. Now, two people are having the darshan of the Lord. Now this is where the general queue was allowed to have a darshan of the Lord, and then we took the ramp. I have not shown the ramp, but there was a ramp that was built, a temporary ramp that went this way, and then we exited through the West Gopuram. Alright, so this is the general queue and this is the VIP darshan. You can see the entrance on the other side, and this is the exit. And then I'm gonna walk to the south of the Vasantha Mandapam. Southwest corner is where we are, and I'm gonna show the queue. So this is the queue, and you can see VIP darshan and then general darshan. People taking rest. It took literally hours for some of us to have the darshan of the Lord. So water facility, and then people taking rest, and then you can see the policemen guarding duty. There are fans here, and then here's the VIP parking. Plenty of autos, right? Because the entire town was blocked, access was restricted, so which means we had to take auto rickshaws to reach the parking spot to make our way back home. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show the elevation, right? Alright, there are more sannidhis here. So there are a couple of mandapams, 4-pillared halls, which are located next to the Vasantha Mandapam, and then you have Deshikar Sannidhi. And then I have also shown you a couple of umbrellas that they use during Utsav to carry the Lord around. You can see the Bali Mandapam and Jadastambam. There's another lady that is seated there. So that's where the queue actually starts. So I'm going to show you Deshikar Sannidhi. It took me at least 3 days to make this Sannidhi. There's a lot of work. I wish I could zoom and show you. Alright, okay. So let's have a look through the entrance of the West Gopuram, and you can actually see the first present, right? Alright guys, so I hope you liked it. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to witness this in person, especially for those people who missed out on the original Athivaradhar Vaibhavam this July and August. Here's another opportunity for you. These 9 nights you can come and have a darshan of the Lord. It took me at least 4 days to set this whole thing up. It was not easy, but of course I had the strong conviction that the Lord Himself was doing all this, and I was just a tool. There's the so that's where the crowd ends to go into the Vasantha Mandapam. Alright guys, so this is it. I'm very happy it has come out this way. There are a lot of shrines that are actually available in this temple that are in dilapidated condition, especially in the third present. With the Athivaradhar Vaibhavam, I hope those shrines are taken good care of, and hope to see you in person, and we will talk further. Thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Bye bye.